are now in a culture that worships youth and beauty. We lost the wisdom of older people, and we're looking for image all the time. We've lost that. We've lost looking at the wise people and the respect. We lost respect altogether, and we lost our gratitude. It's very difficult for us, and we expect everything too fast and pay for it. Something doesn't work, we throw it and get something else. You see, so that is why there is a new technology coming in, which is to do with studying the brain, and it's called neuropsychology and neurobiology. We are now studying our brain much more. In the last 2 or 3 years, it's been the best time for psychology. We now have discovered many things, and there's a new time coming to allow us to know how our brain works and how we function, react to people. And this needs some time. I cannot change in one day. Most of us need to be regulated, but by somebody else, not by computers, not by Facebook, not by internet, not by text messages.
Not by drugs.
No, not by drugs, or not by alcohol. Most of our trouble in life came from another person. It will take another person. It's an experience. Another person to help us, not a book. Not all these things. Information is good beginning. It's to tell us where I should be looking. But after that, it has to be experiential. When I was doing this work years ago with couple, we had a term called codependency. Codependency means that everybody, that I'm dependent on my partner, can't live without them. It was supposed to be dysfunctional. And that was a big mistake. What is the purpose of having a partner? Is safety. Safety is the problem that causes all mental illnesses. Because if I'm not safe, I will do something to make myself safe, and I might even kill somebody or hurt somebody to be safe. Because if I feel safe in myself, my children will be safe, my partner will be safe, and I can give them safety. The purpose of relationship, it is not romantic love. It's an illusion. It doesn't even exist. So what's happening to us nowadays, we look for someone, fall in love with them, and then after a few months we find somebody else and somebody else. Because what we really need is survival and safety. And this is what a child needs in the family. Everybody needs that. So if I'm with a partner and I make my partner feel safe, the whole world will change. The whole entire world. If you are safe and I'm safe, the whole world will change. But we're not safe.
What can we do if we had a parent, let's say, who used to drink? So the childhood of someone, an adult right now, had so many rough moments because of that alcoholic parent.
Yes.
How can be grateful to his parent? How can he make peace with that parent so that he can feel free?
I tell you how. They need to understand why people drink. Why people drink. They cannot cope with life. And why they cannot cope with life? There is an observation I have. If a man does not feel respected by his wife, they drink. Because it kills them. It's a family problem. It's not the main reason. People drink to regulate themselves or to cope with a family situation they cannot deal with. If one of my parents is alcoholic, okay, do I expect that person not to drink? This is what everybody expects. If I judge them or hate them or be angry with them, they will drink more. They're drinking because of that. So what we do is, we make them more alcoholics.
Yes.
It is like we find somebody who killed somebody, for example, take them and we want to kill them. The same thing. Every child, when they see difficult situation in childhood, they say this to themselves. When I grow up, this will never happen to me. Or I will never do this. The children of alcoholic people, they are alcoholic also in a different way.
Workaholic maybe?
Yes, or eat too much.
Okay.
The same. So if I don't have compassion for myself, I will never have compassion for anybody. In order for anybody to find peace with their parents, especially if the parents are traumatized, alcoholic and all that, they must learn how life was for their parents. How was it? What happened to them? What made them do that? Imagine our parents when they were children, what happened to them? And what made them become like this? If we are not careful, we will become like them. If you're angry with anybody, if you hate anybody, if you fight anybody, you will become like them, because you live in their energy field. And if we judge our parents, we pay a very high price. Very high, really. Our children will do this to us.
If we set a goal, let's say, I won't do this, so I won't be like my parents. Why does it happen so many times to do exactly the opposite? Why our plan is not working?
Anything that you don't want in your life will haunt you forever. In fact, anything you want or you don't want, you become slave to it. If you don't want something, it will never leave you alone. And if you want it, it will never leave you alone either. All our suffering, because we don't accept reality. If my parents hurt me, and if I learn to find peace with this, I learn how to love. And I show you why, how. Watch a mother with a child, very small child. When a child cries and gets angry, the mother doesn't cry either, does she?
No.
How come? Her love is too strong. We must do the same with everybody. We don't have to agree. We don't have to agree with if my parents are alcoholic, but I don't have to hate them either. The reason we have wars is because we hate the people who are fighting. We hate them. That means we are like them.
You encourage people to show their real face,
Yes.
to be exactly like they are.
Yes.
What if that real face is awful? It's horrible. It's far more worse than the first face they had.
This is a belief. Every human being is very loving. Everyone. And this is one of the secrets of healing people. If I believe people will be evil, I can never work with anybody. Everybody's okay. Nobody has any problems. Nobody in this world has any problems. All we do is we're doing something that we've learned to protect ourselves that is not making us be effective and happy in our lives.
In your seminaries, why do you think people come and try to talk to you and give you samples of their lives, after all? What do they expect from you?
You know, many of us, nobody heard us. Nobody heard us talking.
But maybe we don't know how to talk, how to express ourselves, our emotions.
This is what I teach people in the seminar. I teach them how to speak, again, how to be heard and be accepted. Let me make it clearer a little bit. There's a tribe in Africa.
Okay.
When people commit a crime, they make a big circle, they put the person in the middle, and they give the person positive feedback, not negative feedback. It's very unusual. And the belief is they heal the person's soul. Okay? This is give me an idea. So if I did something terrible happened to me, and I say it to people, and they are kind to me, they will teach me how to be kind to myself. You have children?
Yes, too.
Your children's biggest dream is not for you to be at home. Do you know that?
No?
It's for you to be happy. If you smile, yes, they will feel safe. I work with families and children a lot, and I observe children, and the child is looking at the mother's eyes all the time. If she's worried, the child reads the mother's emotions very quickly. They read emotions. They don't read words. They read you.
Yes.
If even thinking, they will know it. So now you have the secret.
Okay.
Really, if you're okay, they'll be okay. Some parents have a belief, I have to be at home. Yes? I would tell parents, don't do anything you don't like. If you want to be out, be out. It's okay. But when you're at home and you're out, feel safe, so they feel safe.
Can we be a quality person? Is this a right term?
Nothing would be cured.
No.
Nothing. We are behaving in such a way in life to survive. the way we behave to survive is not working, because it's a reaction to the past. So what we need to do is to know what we're doing exactly. If we don't know what we're doing, nothing we can do about it. You cannot deal with something you don't know what it is. So I spend a long time with people, especially high-level seminars, advanced courses, get them to see exactly what they're doing in life that paralyzes them. If you know what you're doing, you have a better chance to manage it. Look at, I'm selecting word very carefully, not to change it or control it. You have to manage it. If we don't manage our emotions will manage us. See? So what we're doing in life will never change because it's biological. It's already network in the brain, like structures. But if we manage to live with it and deal with it, then it's not going to control us anymore, and we can manage any situations in life. If I cannot manage myself, it's impossible for me to have a relationship. And my children, I cannot manage my children either. And this is what happened to many of us. Many parents could not manage themselves. And their children see that they don't feel safe.
There are relationships or marriages that lasted 15 or 60 years, and other that lasted, I don't know, 6 months or 1 year. Yeah. Why is there?
There is another side to this, because now we have many options. Before, there was a pressure from the culture, money, economy, compromises. People know that's strong, so they stay. Yes. So in the beginning of any relationship, in the very beginning, everybody puts on their best behavior and they're very happy. After the honeymoon period, they start teaching each other how to live their lives. So I will teach you how to live your life, you teach me how to live my life. If we last a little longer, we get sick and tired of doing this and we relax again and we continue. Not many people last that long. But in the olden days, people did last much longer than now. This lifetime we live in is not conducive for relationships. There's too much stimulation because we need safety from the partner, but now we have enough stimulations outside, so we don't think of our partners as much.
People used to be ruled by a team spirit in the past, and now this spirit is not really so much important. Everyone is trying to do something on its own.
Because we are moving from a group culture to individual culture. Mm-hmm. The extreme West is individual and the East is group culture. You kind of hear coming out of a group culture in Romania, and you're heading for individual. In the individual culture, everybody thinks for himself or herself. What can I get from me? And I don't care about other people. But in the group culture, the connection of the group is much stronger. It has its own problems too. Mm-hmm. But we're heading to the individual.
When we make mistakes, everyone or many therapists, let's say, or in books, they say, try to forgive yourself. How can we do that?
When we were children and we did something wrong, yes. Many people didn't have this opportunity. Somebody came along and said, it's okay, don't worry, we can fix it. Or, doesn't matter. But many of us, when we did something wrong, somebody who loved us came and shouted at us and was angry with us. We learned to do this to ourselves from them. Mm-hmm. So start judging us, okay? Now, when we make a mistake, we must realize that human beings make mistakes.
Another line, really well spread, is like, this is it, I'm accepting a certain situation because it always happens to me. Yeah. I'm always on my own. Is there something in our head, in our soul? Where is it?
What I call a negative affirmation. If I keep saying that, it's going to happen all the time. Mm-hmm. This is like, you see, there's a difference between acceptance and submission to what life do to us. If we are not capable of looking and working ourselves, people will write our life story. Mm-hmm. I will not write it myself. So if I keep saying to myself, people will write my story, and I will be a victim to life. So I need to work on myself in such a way and find out why I am allowing myself to be in that situation.
Every person has its limits. Now you get angry in a certain situation, you laugh too loud sometimes. How can we manage these limitations that people have?
Every reaction I have in my life, it's not to the person in front of me. It's in me already. And the person in front of me take it out of me.
So if every person would work on her own, everything will be better.
The whole world transformed tomorrow.
So if it is, or it sounds to be so simple, why can't we do it?
Because nobody wants to face themselves.
Is this the worst thing that can happen?
It's very painful to look at ourselves. It's very painful. It's easy to look at somebody else. Really, it is. How many people do you meet in your life that they accept they are wrong? Not many people. But we make somebody else's wrong. There's in Greek mythology, there is a saying that other people's sins in front of our eyes, but ours behind our back. We are refusing to look at ourselves. I mean, Gandhi said a very beautiful sentence. He said, "Oh, the only devils in the world are the ones in our hearts." But we're not looking there. We're looking at somebody else.
Did it ever happen to you to leave a seminary and to be, I don't know, not satisfied with what you got from people? How is it that evening after you finish a seminary, a 3 days seminary, or I don't know? Are you tired? Are you pleased? Are you sad? How?
Nothing whatsoever.
Not.
I have no expectations whatsoever.
Is this a secret in life, not to have expectations from the others?
This is the secret of everything. Absolutely everything. I can prove to you straight away. Imagine you have a partner, just for a moment, that doesn't want anything from you. Just for a day. How would you feel? But imagine you have a partner that's expecting everything from you.
Maybe tensed
Because
in this second
there's a very
situation.
nice little story I'll tell you. Now, imagine you have a best friend at work that you really respect and love and admire. And this friend told you, I want to take 1 month or 2 months off, leave my work, travel around the world, and find myself, find who I am. What would you say to them? Will you support them or not?
Yes, I would be
Happy for them, yes?
Yes.
If your partner said the same thing, what would you do?
I don't know. It would be harder.
How come?
Because I was
Because you have high expectations of your partner.
from him to be there with me.
Absolutely. If you can never make someone love you.
Thank you very much.
Maybe
you.
it's a good line to end.
Yes.
It's not you personally, sorry, for everybody.
Yes, yes.